Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AINA NADHIRAH BINTI TAMJID FARKI, and today our group will present about Haze episode occurrence and prevention. First, we will start with the introductions. Haze can be defined as an atmospheric phenomenon in which dust, smokes and particulate matter obscure the clarity of the sky. It occurs when the dust, smokes and particulate matter accumulate in a dry condition, and as the weather condition prevent the smokes and the pollutant from being dispersed, it will concentrate and form a low hanging shroud that impair the visibility and become a threat to our respiratory health. The haze can appear either brownish or bluish depending on the direction that we see the haze and the position of the sun at. Haze can become transboundary if it permeates the troposphere and cross the nation border, thereby polluting the other country as well. In Southeast Asia, this transboundary haze is one of the major air pollution that occur on almost annual basis, and it becomes even worse during southwest monsoon season between June and September. The main source of this haze is the slash and burn practice and pit fire blown by the wind from Indonesia, specifically Kalimantan and Sumatra. The haze is the result from the land and forest fire. The haze is predominantly made up from very fine particles that has the diameter less than 10 micrometers. And this type of particles has a very resident time in the atmosphere, which can be up to weeks and can travel thousands of kilometers away from the source. The most effective way to eliminate these particles is by the rain, which is very scant during this monsoon season. In 2015, Malaysia has announced a state of emergency on 11 August at Port Klang and Kuala Selangor due to air pollution index API of that area have went above 500, which is a very dangerous condition. Despite various Asian agreement, initiative and task force since 1985, haze still persists until now.
My name is NURUL binti Muhammad HANAFI, and I will continue on the effect of haze on human and environment. The first one is effect on human. Threats to human physical health, which is respiratory system by absorb or inhale the total suspended particles TSP, 10 particulate matter and 2.5 particulate matter that is then carry these particulate matters into the alveolus when entering the blood circulation system. This particulate matter can damage the defense function of the respiratory system, which can cause bronchitis, pneumonia, asthma, conjunctivitis and allergic diseases that come from a long exposure to haze pollution. Threats to human cardiovascular system, cancer and other threats to human body from the exposure of a long exposure to a very small diameter of 2.5 particulate matter, which can cause deficiencies in heart function and heart failure in adulthood. In addition, it will result in inflammation with the enhances activity of the infectious bacteria in the air and increasing the spread of infectious disease. Haze also damages human mental health by causing negative emotions that involve the people's mood by the exposure of either short-term or long-term exposure to haze pollution, which then will increase the level of negative emotions such as anxiety, stress, and depression. And the next one is the effects. Haze give effects on environment. Particles can be carried over long distance by wind and then settles on the ground or water will be affecting environment. The coarse and fine particles that settles into water will make lakes and streams acidic. Thus, it will change the nutrient balance in coastal waters and large river basins. Moreover, the suspended particles, if absorbed into the soil, can make it reduce the nutrients and damage sensitive forests and farm crops, also affecting the diversity of ecosystems. The haze from burning activities can contribute to acid rain, where the particulate matter in the acid rain can stain and damage stone and other materials, including culturally important objects such as statues and monuments.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is SHAKINAH binti RAZALI. Haze occurrence usually appears often in weathers with unusual dryness, whether on the surface as well as at a considerable altitude above the ground. The air remains dry for many days, with the sky is often free of clouds. Therefore, it is easier for particulate matter, which is the main source of haze, to be in the atmosphere. Particulate matter has a diameter less than 10 mm, or specifically PM10 and PM2.5. It is formed from the reaction of gaseous pollutant in the atmosphere. Land and forest fires phenomenon release a high concentration of PM into the atmosphere. Particulate matter can be found in smoke dust from burning and road dust from vehicles. Other than that, haze sources can also come from particles that are directly emitted into the atmosphere, such as sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, ozone and carbon monoxide, which exceed the pollutant standard index.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Khairunnadhrah and I will continue the presentation with the control technology that are available for haze in this industry. So as everyone knows, haze does not only contain particulate matter but also contains VOC. So for control technology of dust particle, so first we have gravity settling chamber. A gravity settling chamber is often used for a very large particle in the upper end of the supercourses, which have the size of approximately 75 micrometers and larger. So it is effective for particles that have a diameter of more than 40 micrometers. The greater the mass, the more efficient. It is often used as pre-cleaner upstream to remove large particles, followed by other efficient devices. It has low pressure loss and simplicity of the design and maintenance. However, much space needed for this instrument. Second one is cyclone separator. Principle of the cyclone separator, which are in mechanical collectors, it used the inertia of the particle for collection. So the particulate laden gas stream is forced to spin in a cyclonic manner. The mass of the particles causes them to move towards the outside of the vortex. But most of the large diameter particles will enter a hopper below the cyclonic tube, while the gas stream turns and exits the tube. Cyclones are suitable for the particle with diameter of more than 100 micrometer and sometimes used as pre-treatment. The effectiveness is depend on the velocity of the particle relatively to the critical velocity of the airstream. Next, we have electrostatic separators. An electrostatic separators is often used non-uniform high voltage field to apply large electrical charges to particles moving through the field. A large direct current is applied between the wires and the plate, and the charged particle will move towards the oppositely charged collection surface. The ion field creates a negatively charged particle that migrates to the positively charged plates. The plates are tapped at frequent interval to release particles to a hopper. So for gas velocity, it is low as not more than 1.5 meter per second. So electrostatic separator is often used to remove fly ash from furnace burning of fossil fuel. So lastly, we have fabric filter. It is used to collect particulate matter on the surface of the filter bag. Most of the particles are captured by initial impaction, interception, Brownian diffusion, and also sieving on the already collected particle that have formed a dust layer on the bag. So it occurs when a particle is filtered out physically by being intercepted by the fiber or by electrostatic attraction to the fiber. The fabric material itself can capture particles that have penetrated through the dust layer. The particle interact with the surface where it adheres due to physical or chemical forces. Electrostatic attraction may also contribute to the particle capture in the dust layer in the fabric itself. So for VOC, adsorption method can be used. Adsorption methods are physical reversible attachment of gas or maybe vapors, molecules to a solid surface. It has the efficiency of 95 to 99.99 to track the VOC.
In conclusion, Malaysia should take more protective action to control the haze occurrence in the country. Environmental Safety and Health Ministry must construct the haze pollution management to control the burning, agricultural and industrial activities or releasing the particles, matter and other gases that contribute to haze pollution. This haze occurrence has many bad effects on the human, but not only on human but also animals and environment. Local authorities, communities, private sector corporation and international agencies must join collaboration effort to help in preventing the haze. Each stakeholder has crucial play in making efforts to prevent haze, especially any government which can effectively ban the illegal burning activities. With this together, we can work hand in hand to combat this hazy issue. That's all from us. Thank you.